We left Daytona with chaos in our rear view. But in front of us, we face a dead heat. And atop the boards, two series champions. Corbin Dempsey has been the very essence of consistency so far. This tactician began a rally for the championship, culminating in a fuel mileage win in Moncton against the hometown hero. Rebecca Pellerin, a gathering storm who's ready to strike. And strike she did. 2 wins in Daytona, shaving a 213-point gap to only 8 points. She finally shows the claws that won her the 2017 title. But it would have been too easy if it was only these two. Charlie Faulkner, 2 wins in 2018. A veteran of over 25 years, one of the few drivers to ever win in both NAAC Challenge Series and PCC Cup Series. His son Ryan, steady, silent, relentless. 4th in points. No wins yet this year, but consistent enough to be the driver that has led the championship the longest. Luke Pellerin, the older brother of Rebecca, found himself in victory lane twice this season. However, a series of tough breaks have not only broken his recent hold on the championship lead, they have harmed his momentum as well. But there's always time to recover. Lucy Barton is a wild card. She has led the most laps this season, and 2 massive wins early have positioned her in the fight for the championship. But recently, she has faded into the background, waiting for the right moment to mount her charge. Thomas Tucker has been a silent stalker. That's what he's been ever since his debut in this series. No wins yet, but last year he waited until the last 10 races to become a title contender. Steady, underrated, unshakable. He knows how to bide his time. And Mac Hanley, the 2014 Series champion, the last one to win it as a rookie, was not foreign to trouble throughout this first half of the season. But a win on the first leg of the Legacy Cup has reignited the spark. Inconsistency haunts him, however, those who are champions always have a few more tools they hide from those who aren't. Tonight, a championship trail that has twisted and turned from the first green flag at California can shift again, because we head to a dirt track for the second time this year. Who can dig themselves out and come out on top? We'll only know at the end of it. This is the NAAC Challenge Series. This is the second leg of the Fate Legacy Cup. The second half of the season begins now. This is the Liberty 200 at Oswego.
Welcome to Oswego, upstate New York, for the second and last dirt race of the season, the Rearwall Liberty 200. We come in focusing on two major items. First off, Lily Briscoe's extremely scary flip last time around in Daytona. That car dug into the grass and rolled over 20 times. By my last time trying to count it, 24. That was one of the scariest incidents I have ever had the mispleasure of seeing in a super speedway. But as a testament to the safety of the new car, not only she climbed out, but she is unharmed, bearing a few scratches and bruises on her hands and knees, but has been cleared to take to the track this weekend, remarkably. And then the more important and hard to understand item that, once again, I have to use my serious voice on. Last night, at around 11 p.m., Kirk Jones Racing, they issued the request to withdraw from this event, citing personal reasons, undisclosable reasons. And even before receiving the acknowledgement from the sanctioning body, which came this morning at like 7 a.m., the haulers, equipment from the 32 and the 64 teams just left the premises. No words given, no words said, just a quiet rush into the night towards Ontario. We do not know why. There's some rumbles and grumbles about it. Some of it mentions that Keydex case I talked about a couple of weeks ago. But if we don't have a reason on paper, there's just no use in speculating. I think we're gonna know why sooner than later, but there's not much we can do. All we know is Kirk Jones Racing is not here tonight. But let's focus on the better. Let's take a look at what this race entails before looking at the starting lineup. We have 200 laps on tap for this 1/5 of a mile track, meaning this is a 125-mile dirt race, not short at all, with a single pit stop expected to happen around lap 105 to 110, but the tire degradation in the dirt has been higher than a few people would like to have admitted in practice. That means we'll have stops earlier, most likely. But of course, reiterating, 5/8 of a mile, due to the surface alterations, as Oswego is an asphalt track that we covered up in dirt. The banking is a little bit reduced in relation to what it tends to be, though not by a lot actually. Skies are cloudy, they've been for a couple of days, and it's been cold here in New York. We've averaged 45-50 degrees across most of the week, which is insane for a summer. But that could contribute to the tire degradation that I just mentioned. Now let's look at the starting lineup of the Liberty 200 by Rearwall, the second leg of the Legacy Cup, and the start of the second half of the 2018 season. Thomas Tucker continues to show his all-around refinement by getting a pole position in here after starting second last time we hit the dirt in Bristol. Luke Pellerin also backs up his dirt skills as they reversed their starting order from Bristol, by the way. This time Pellerin flanks Tucker. Robert Burton back in another great qualifying effort in a Legacy Cup event, flanked by Ashley Richardson, who lost to Luke Pellerin in Bristol by 0.04 of a second, so she's hungry for a win more than ever, and this could finally be her night. Boyd Abbott in the Mac Tonight colors is the last driver to get the qualifying bonus. He gets 5 points for his troubles, with Ryan Faulkner starting alongside him, and right behind him, it's his dad. The 85 Supra lines up in 7th place here in Oswego. Kendra Brittany starts in 8th place in another great effort by the 2016. They're pushing hard and on a clear upswing in the last few weeks. We have to see where their ceiling is gonna be. Jamal Schmidt once again getting a top 10 start, with championship leader Corbin Dempsey getting at least a little bit of a head start on Becky Pellerin by starting in 10th place. They're only 8 points separated from each other, so any position right now is counting, and it's counting big. Lee Schmidt and Joy Torkson on roll 6. Roll 7 is Catherine Ashcroft and Tony Hart. Another great performance by two young part-timers in qualifying. Scott Overton, Brad Finley line up row 8. Row 9 is Sten Gustafsson, who, remember, former Scandinavian rally champion before he took to road racing, so he knows his way around dirt. He's more competent than you might think. Californian dirt tracker Matt Stern both starting solidly in the top 20. By the way, Matt Stern is the other S in S2 Motorsports, Stanton Stern Motorsports. Kate Taylor and Lucy Martin close out the top 20. Tammy Barton, Thomas Sculler opened the bottom 20, lined up in row 11. Row 12, Ruby Carson, Colin Kaiser. Row 13, Lucia Harper, Riley McKee. Indianapolis winner Mac Henley and Indianapolis pole position Warren Majeski share row 14. Marcy Crawford and Athena Whitley, the New England Auto Technologies teammates, close the top 30. Peter Johnson and Vernon Hargrove line up in row 16. Ronnie Simples and Hibiki Murata had disappointing qualifying efforts in row 17. Ethan Collins qualifies 35th. Caitlin Richler, a disappointing effort as well in 36th. And then the defending series champion, second place in the standings, 5 wins this season, Rebecca Pellerin completely whiffs qualifying, starting in 37th. Joey Anderson, while having a long time experience in sprint cars and Silver Crowns, he has ran dirt before, he has ran dirt often, also has a very bad qualifying effort. Zach Tech must have missed the setup in the 03, and he just has a poor showing, starts in 38th. Mega McDonald performs to what she expected herself, starting in the back of the field in 39th, and Kristen Young makes use of her provisional to start in last, first time she does it this season. Failing to time their way in were in that order: Creeper Stevenson, Dax Ashcroft, Kira Downer once again, Lily Briscoe after that immense Daytona crash, she just did not have the rhythm this time around. Carly Ellison and Chris Endicott leave disappointed together with Allison Smith. Both Barusho cars and Rick Lewis and Dan Wright. Both Glenville cars with Kevin Daly and Joyce Clements. David Lamar and Adam Patterson. Of course, we mentioned earlier, but Kirk Jones and Ricky Jones officially have been withdrawn from this event. Kirk would have lined up in 40th had he stayed around, which would have knocked out Ethan Collins out of the race. And Ricky Jones straight up just did not make it in time. He qualified overall in 49th place. The pace car leaves the field in the control of Thomas Tucker as soon as it slides down to pit road. And here we go, the green flag is out here in Oswego, 200 laps, 125 miles. You see how Thomas Tucker already on the inside, dives deep, forces Luke Pellerin to back off just a little bit, and Thomas Tucker leads away on the first lap of this race. As they come down to turn number 3, here comes Tucker trying to make something happen. They're trying to open a gap. Is it enough? Doesn't look like it will. Luke Pellerin is going to follow him closely. As you see, there are 3 wide. Back there, a couple of laps later, by the time we start lap number 3, ending lap number 3, starting lap number 4, battle for the lead. Tucker and Pellerin and Charlie Faulkner chasing them down. Right behind them is Boyd Abbott and Robert Burton. As you see there, the top 3 all together now. Coming out of turn number 2, Luke Pellerin is going to have a look on the inside. Is it going to be enough? Side by side on the inside of turn number 3. Looks like Luke Pellerin is going to get him. And he will. Luke Pellerin is going to be your new race leader when we hit the stripe to start lap number 5. Faulkner has a look on the inside, trying to make something happen. Robert Burton isolates himself in the 4th position, getting chased down by Ryan Faulkner and Boyd Abbott, who are battling for 5th place. Stan Gustafson is going to eventually catch Abbott. Brett Finley and Ashley Richardson undergoing a free fall right now. She's down to the 8th position, about to fall to 9th. As Catherine Ashcroft is catching her. Becky Pellerin unable to earn any positions. He actually drops to 39th place, right ahead of Hibiki Murata, who also dropped to the back after starting on the outside. She got shifted to the outside and lost a lot of spots. By the time we get to lap number 7, Charlie Faulkner is going to find himself in the 1st position, and Charlie Faulkner is your new race leader at the conclusion of the 7th lap of 200. Ryan Faulkner finds himself in 4th place, just past Robert Burton, being chased down by Brett Finley and Burton and Stan Gustafson, who's having a very good start. And Lucy Barton not having a good start at all, currently running in 30th place behind just about every of her teammates. While Ryan Faulkner is going to find himself getting to 3rd place, passing Thomas Tucker, and now right behind the 88 of Luke Pellerin to the inside as we get to lap number 13. Stan Gustafson uses the inside to his advantage, and now he's in 4th. Thomas Tucker falls down to 7th place, right behind Brett Finley and Robert Burton. Ryan Faulkner for 2nd right there on the inside, and Ryan Faulkner is going to take 2nd place. As you see by lap 16, the amount of space, the amount of daylight that the 85 has gotten on the 89, and it's a big gap, a big lead, and this is gonna mean that lap car management is gonna begin on a couple of laps. Warren Majeski dropped to the back together with Lucia Harper. Becky Pellerin currently running in last place. Look at the move Charlie Faulkner is doing to lap the 27 and the number 1 in the middle, forcing a 3 wide side by side. He beats and bangs with the 27, a little bit of contact, and he's not let's say he's not withdrawing himself from the fight. Charlie Faulkner trying to manage them as fast as possible. But there's so many cars to work with. Ryan Faulkner slowly catching his dad. He's going to have the preferred line on the inside. There's a little bit of damage there on the back of the number 1. A couple of bumps that were not very courteous for Warren Majeski, and he has the damage to show it. As you see there, the 89 on the out, the 85 on the outside, 89 on the inside. Brett Finley took 3rd place, and he's now catching the 85 as the 27 now finds herself on the inside to take the 39th position from Lucia Harper. Stan Gustafson right there in 4th place. Ashley Richardson dropping to 10th place, battling with Jamal Schmidt and Boyd Abbott. Catherine Ashcroft, Kitty Ashcroft running right there in 11th. Joey Thorkson having a good run in 12th place. Ryan Faulkner to the inside of Ruby Carson and Kristen Young. Charlie Faulkner right behind him, and Charlie Faulkner is going to force a move on the inside of his son. They almost hit each other. Remember, they wrecked each other almost out of the race in Carbon Day earlier this year. That could have been a disaster between those two. They wiped each other out on lap 30 of 200. As Stan Gustafson finds himself in 2nd, Charlie Faulkner unable to manage through the 98 and the 28, and the 95 is going to use his teammate as a pick to go for 2nd place, and there goes Stan Gustafson to the inside, the Scandinavian rally driver, the Swedish legend of road and of dirt road and track, has been a fantastic driver here in the North American Auto Club. When he made the transition to stock car racing and the AmeriCar series, the sports car racing series, back in 2010, he started running sporadically in the North American Auto Club, and he fell in love with the sport. And now you see him leading a dirt race, something no one, I think, expected at all. Brett Finley working his way to 3rd place. He's trying to get a better result than the last real races have shown him to get. And there he goes on the inside of the 95 and the 85 for the lead. 15, 85, 95. That's your top 3. As they come to lap the 02, is it enough? Looks like it will. Brett Finley has the nose ahead, 3 wide for the lead on lap number 43 as we start to open lap number 44. Gustafson leads the lap, Finley has the line, and Thomas Culler is going to be forced to the outside, and Finley is finally going to get a little bit of daylight to lead a lap right now as Charlie Faulkner to the middle of the track. A little bump to the 15, very narrow racing line here in Oswego as the 15 is going to manage through the 96 of Tony Hart. Luke Pellerin has fallen to the 5th spot, but he's chasing down as he has to lap the number 2 of Caitlin Richler. Thomas Tucker currently running in 6th place together with Robert Burton. They're having a very solid run. Robert Burton, who won his 2 titles in that number 9. Jamal Schmidt currently running in the 8th position on the 55-58. Ashley Richardson, 9th place. She dropped down from her great qualifying spot, and she's now just managing the car she has with Boyd Abbott chasing her down. And the other Ashcroft car in this race, Catherine Ashcroft, in the 11th place. A very good run for her. Tammy Barton right there in 12th place. Corbin Dempsey right behind her in 13th. Lee Schmidt running in 14th. A good run as well as we focus on the leader of the Rookie of the Year battle. As see there, Lee Schmidt passed Joey Thorkson for the 14th position. And you see there, Marcy Crawford in the 46 car for New England Automotive Technologies past Kendra Brittany. Kendra Brittany on a free fall a couple of cars back. And you see there has Charlie Faulkner about to pass the 15 of Brett Finley, about to lap the 30 of Colin Kaiser, and the 26 of Kendra Brittany. Back on the lead, back on the saddle is the 85, and now he has the 46 right ahead of him. So we're nearing almost 60 laps in to only have the top 10 on the lead lap. This race is going by quick. We're barely 20 minutes in. They've been doing this race very quickly. Tammy Barton battling with Ashley Richardson, about to be lapped, and now 11th place. Tammy Barton is a lap down. We only have 10 cars on the lead lap. Corbin Dempsey right there holding back the 15 of Brett Finley as Charlie Faulkner laps the 58 of Ashley Richardson. Now 9 cars on the lead lap. Catherine Ashcroft about to be lapped. And there goes the 85. You watch the rear end of Kitty Ashcroft, 66 Quality Care Ford, as the 85 is on her side, almost there, inside of the turn, lap 65. Look at the 85 go by. And the 85 continues to lead and opens a big gap and opens a big lap car buffer to Brett Finley as he laps the 99 of Boyd Abbott. It has the 23 of Robert Burton right ahead of him. So we're under 7 cars on the lead lap. And here comes the 23 of Robert Burton to fall a lap down, and he's a lap down. 6 cars on the lead lap. The 9 of Thomas Tucker and the 88 of Luke Pellerin up next as we reach lap number 71. You see there Charlie Faulkner to the inside has a look. That Supra has been pristine tonight here in Oswego. He didn't have the qualifying effort he expected, but as soon as the race dropped, he showed he has the car to do it. As Pellerin now frees himself a little bit from the 85 as he has to pass the number 2 of Caitlin Richler, Rebecca Pellerin. You see right there, about to fall a second lap. Now she's running in the deep back of the field. You see the 85 trying to lap Richler on the outside. Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. Coming to the front straightaway is going to be enough. Not enough. McKinley, winner in Indianapolis. He starts ahead on the Fade Legacy Cup, but so far, not a good result to keep that lead. He's currently running in 23rd, battling with Kay Taylor. They're both a lap down. Joey Anderson also a lap down, slowly climbing forward. So if Becky Pellerin, who shared the row with him, was unable to climb at all, Joey Anderson's using his dirt experience to climb all the way to inside the top 20. He's currently in 17th place. Has been a stealth bomber all night, picking his battles and doing them perfectly. He could be a stealth threat if we get a few cautions. Stan Gustafsson running in 4th place, lapping the 0 of Joey Turkson, having a solid run now. He withdrew from the battle for the lead and he's now managing the tires, waiting for the pit cycle to happen, hopefully under green, if we keep this pace, because we made it 80 laps with no incidents at all. A fantastic, super clean race so far. Jamal Schmidt currently running in the 9th position, about to pass the 66 of Catherine Ashcroft. Ryan Faulkner right there, Ashley Richardson right there. Battle for position between the 58, 55, and 66. Luke Pellerin battling with the 9 and the 23. Those 3 are all a lap down now. 4 cars on the lead lap. And this is now battle for 5th place. Corbin Dempsey now 14th place, having a solid run. The championship leader seeking to open a buffer to Becky Pellerin. Tagged by the 0 of Joey Turkson. He goes around. And that is your first caution of the race. 97 laps in, and it is your championship leader. This could not have been worse timing. You see the amount of cars that are going to recover their laps so far as Charlie Faulkner, Brett Finley, Ryan Faulkner, Stan Gustafsson, the 4 cars on the lead lap, get the pit this time around. And this means that we have 36 cars a lap down, but multiple cars are going to recover their laps. And I believe we're going to raise up to just about 21 cars on the lead lap when the lifeline cycles in. And Charlie Faulkner leads the field to the green. Brett Finley second, Ryan Faulkner third. Stan Gustafsson runs in fourth. And you see there on the inside, driving deep, trying to make something happen there. Is it enough? No, not yet. Turn 3, Ryan Faulkner back in second place. 1-2 for the Faulkners. They are dominating this one. Thomas Tucker goes off wide on turn number 2, running in 7th place. Catherine Ashcroft running in 8th place. A fantastic run. And then Boyd Abbott in 9th. Abbott takes the move. Then Jamal Schmidt almost tags the 66. So the Ashcrofts are actually back in the saddle after a disastrous Daytona weekend, which we expected them to do well in. They're doing fantastic here in Oswego. Tag the 58 by the 43, and that's the second caution of the night. Kendra Brittany almost gets involved there. The 43 and the 58 get together, and now a few more drivers are going to be back on the lead lap. So from 21 cars on the lead lap, 24, 26, 36 cars are going to be back on the lead lap after this lifeline cycle, as you see a few cars taken to the pits, namely and mainly the 85 of Charlie Faulkner. Joey Anderson also going to the pits from 23rd place. He's on the lead lap. He's going to take the opportunity to take new tires in. You see the drivers recovering a lap. Most of these are now going to be back on the lead lap. We're going to have 36 cars on the lead lap. And this is fantastic for Charlie Faulkner. Brett Finley actually has a problem. A lug nut got loose, and he's going to have to pit again. And his chances of winning this race go downhill. He's going to have new tires, but he's going to have to restart further back. Restarting up front is going to be Ryan Faulkner, Stan Gustafsson, Luke Pellerin. That's your top 3, and the green flag is out. And here we go. And Pellerin already trying to have a look under the 95 IKEA car. Robert Burton running in 4th place, trying to hang on. Is it enough? Doesn't look like it is. It looks Pellerin's going to fall behind the 95. And the Bristol winner doesn't look like he's going to have the juice to keep the battle going on for long. Charlie Faulkner using the new tires to his advantage, throwing that car on the outside, trying to gain as many positions as he can Ashley Richardson still running inside the top 15. Rebecca Pellerin still in 40th place. Is still a disastrous run for the series champion. This is exactly not what she needed, both for Legacy Cup purposes and the main championship purposes, because if she finishes in the back of the field, deep back, that means her average finish goes way down and she no longer has a shot at winning the Legacy Cup, which is based on the average finish of a driver. 130 laps in and Charlie Faulkner already dives down deep. 70 laps to go to take 6th place from Thomas Tucker. Going for 5th place on Boyd Abbott. Is it enough? Doesn't look like it is right now. He's gonna go for it once again on turn number 3. Dives deep, pulls it from deep inside, and he sticks it side by side on the 99 as we open lap 132. 69 laps to go. Ready to make a move, and nice pass for 5th place, and he has the 23 in his sights. And Robert Burton now has a driver that has PCC Cup Series experience full time on him. A 2-time PCC Cup Series race winner, and Robert Burton is feeling the pressure. The 2-time Challenge Series champion is feeling the pressure. The veteran currently running very well in the PCC Truck Series for this very same team, Overton Motorsports. Stan Gustafsson running in 2nd place, having a move on the inside of Ryan Faulkner. What a sight would it be for Stan Gustafsson to win his first oval race in a dirt track, somewhere where I don't think any pundit would have expected him to have a good race on, as they once again lap Becky Pellerin, who is now in 36th place. So disaster class gets a little less disastrous, but it's still a disaster. Joey Anderson restarted from the back of the field after pitting for tires. He's already back up to 21st place, using the outside to his advantage on both the Nelson 96-97. Kendra Brittany now finding herself in 14th place. A fairly steep drop from where she qualified, but she's staying inside the top 20. That's the best result she can pull. That team needs to rack up a lot of results to get a provisional spot for the 26 for next season, and not only this season. Corbin Dempsey, despite the spin, finds himself in 10th place, 11th place right there. A big result for Colin Kaiser. Charlie Faulkner to the inside of the 88 for 3rd place, and he's in and out. Fantastic move, smooth as hell. And here comes the 95, about to lap the 18 of McHenley. 89 on the inside. Is it enough? No, not at all. Here comes the 18 on the inside, 89 on the outside. Battle for the lead. Gustafsson hanging on for dear life, but McHenley is just a little bit faster. He's keeping the 95 at bay, and here comes the 89 on the inside, trying to force a 3 wide. Almost wipes the 95 out. That could have ended much worse than it did, and the 89 backs off the battle. Ryan Faulkner is gonna live to see another day. But in that meantime, Charlie Faulkner approaches. He stalks. He is nearing the 89, and we are gonna have a battle for 2nd place, as they are still about to lap the 18 of McHenley. Stan Gustafsson manages by the 46 of Marcy Crawford, and the 16 of Ethan Collins is right up ahead, while McHenley is about to be lapped by Charlie Faulkner. Faulkner trying to pry off a space to force a 3 wide on the inside. Not enough yet, and the 89 is going to lose a lot of time lapping the 46, and Charlie Faulkner now in 2nd place. The new tires are showing their claws early, even though he only had new tires by a 10-lap difference. That is making all the difference as we are reaching 41 laps to go. Matt Stern about to be lapped by the 85 as well, and now Charlie Faulkner has clean track to catch the 95, and as we open lap 160, 41 laps remain. He's on the bumper of the 95. Is going to try a move on the inside of turn number 3 as they are catching the 0 and the 7 side by side at the entrance. At the entrance on the front straightaway, side by side. You see there almost any contact, and Charlie Faulkner dives deep. He has the nose ahead with 40 laps to go, and Charlie Faulkner, you ride with him as he takes the lead of the race. You see a little bit of damage on the 95, a couple of bumps that he gave to a few of the lap cars. They show the damage, but that damage are just small battle scars. Stan Gustafsson currently running in 2nd place, the 85 laps, the 7 off Ronnie Samples. Ryan Faulkner running in 3rd place, dropping far behind both the 95 and the 85. As Robert Burton 4th place is still also very far behind as we reach the final 35 laps. They are just nowhere to be seen as the 23 and the 88 battle for the 4th position. Luke Pellerin trying to get a top 5 that would put him in contention for the championship more in a bigger way. Brett Philly, 7th place, battling with Boyd Abbott and Thomas Tucker. He's in an Ashcroft sandwich, a dark blue sandwich. And well, just like a dark blue sandwich, the fear is that there's mold, and he is gonna mold out of the 5th position. Jamal Schmidt running in 9th place, battling with Ruby Carson right there, as we are only 35 laps removed from the finish. Colin Kaiser running in 11th place, a fantastic result for the secondary Zach Tech car. They lost a lot of points early, and they find themselves in a hole where they have to qualify every single weekend that they attempt. But if they keep doing this, they might be able to get a provisional at the end of the year, and that would help them a lot at the start of 2019. As Sten Gustafsson to the inside to retake the lead as they lap Thomas Culler and Tony Hart's right there to bother the 85 just a little bit, get him just a little bit slower. And look at what Tony Hart does. Lets his teammate by the British man in one of his first few dirt races. Bothers the 85. The 85 shows his displeasure and forces a 3 wide. Tammy Barton's right there. And this is now a 3-on-1 mugging of Charlie Faulkner, the 96, 97, 95 for Sten Gustafsson to take the lead on lap 169. And here comes Charlie Faulkner to the inside of Tammy Barton to lap her and find himself right behind the 95. Again, this was a daylight robbery. Incredible teamwork by Nelson Racing. If Lucy Barton isn't on the battle, Sten Gustafsson surely is, but a couple of laps later, Gustafsson just doesn't have the tires to fight it off. He doesn't have any teammates in front of the 85, and he has to settle to falling for second again, as Joey Anderson once again inside the top 20, and Ryan Faulkner a tire down on the 89, and he's gonna go for a splash of fuel just to make sure he gets to the finish in a race that he was in great position to win. If things went wrong from the 84, the 85, and the 95, he's gonna find himself falling a lap down, and he's out of contention in 13th place. As he falls down the order, he's now 21st. Corbin Dempsey, the championship leader, with a tire down as well, and he's gonna have his own set of problems and drop down the order, and this is exactly not what he wanted, because that helps this man. Charlie Faulkner with only 20 laps to go, leading away, putting more and more cars on lap down. Only 11 cars remain on the lead lap. Colin Kaiser now jumping to 8th place with Faulkner and Dempsey falling by the wayside. Now Kaiser is inside the top 10 for Zach Tech on the Great Lakes Pontiac. Joey Anderson slowly catching the rest of the top 10, trying to get on the top 10 as well. But you can't see him, he's on the background. But as you see how the field goes by turn number 2, Charlie Faulkner leads. And then it's a big gap until Sten Gustafsson shows up. And then it's a big, even bigger gap. An even larger gap. So much time until the 23 and the 88 show up. There you see the 23 running in the 3rd position, 88 running in 4th place. And there you see now only 3 cars on the lead lap, because Charlie Faulkner just lapped 4th place Luke Pellerin. And things are looking ugly now for Luke Star Motorsports. Becky Pellerin about to be lapped again, 15 laps to go. That's the 3rd lap she falls down, as the amount of cars on the lead lap diminish. As Boyd Abbott right there, he passed Luke Pellerin, and he now falls a lap down again as well. And he's now 1 lap down. Faulkner just running away with this race on the second half. Those new tires changed the dynamic for him. Sten Gustafsson on older tires hanging on to the 2nd position. Only 4 cars remain on the lead lap. It's Charlie Faulkner, Sten Gustafsson, and Robert Burton in 3rd place. And now Robert Burton getting close to be lapped by the number 85, the 23 under pressure again. And this is going to be the 2nd time he's passed by Charlie Faulkner in this race if he can't hang on, as we are only 10 laps away from the finish. You ride with the 23 hanging on to the 4th position, hanging on to a lead lap spot. But that's just not enough. He's just fighting, trying to hang on. Kristen Young sees an opening on the inside to make a move just to get a lap back and find herself ahead of the 85. Sten Gustafsson far behind. You see there Joey Anderson working his way inside the top 15, deep inside the top 15, having a fantastic run. As you see there, the 89 Ryan Faulkner battling with Joey Anderson to get back into 15th place. That's battle for 15th. And Ryan Faulkner is going to get 15th place on those new tires, trying to build a rally to get back on the top 10. He could do it. A lot of cars that are lapped down, he can still do it. But in the front end of the field, 3 cars now on the lead lap as Charlie Faulkner laps the 23-year-old Robert Burton. And he only has a couple of corners to sort it out. Brett Philly is in third at the tail end of the lead lap. And Sten Gustafsson second, way too far behind. Charlie Faulkner is gonna get the championship lead and the race win in dominant fashion. Charlie Faulkner wins here in Oswego. As you see the field crossing the finish line, he takes it all here in the dirt. Another impressively clean dirt race, once again ending in absolute domination by Charlie Faulkner. He led the 126 laps, putting everyone but Gustafsson and Brett Finley a lap down. Gets his 3rd win of the season. And again, what a race by Sten Gustafsson. That rally experience not only paid off, it gave him dividends. Likewise for Joey Anderson down there, he started in 38th place, used his Silver Crown skills to climb 25 positions methodically, one at a time. Calm as a... Incredible. I cannot describe how cool he was during that race, how cool, calm, and collected he was. Almost steals a top 10 finish. What a race by Zach Tech there, because you see how Colin Kaiser also finishes up there in the order. Robert Burton, a great result for the Barnstormer of North American Motorsports. Boyd Abbott, Lee Schmidt, 6th and 7th. True rookies in 8th and 9th. Kat Ashcroft and Kendra Brittany, 2 solid performances ahead of Ryan Faulkner and Thomas Tucker, while long-time Northeastern veterans closes his 9th and 15th place. Lee Schmidt and Ashley Richardson were looking for a better night than that, but a points day is a points day regardless, and things have changed by a lot. This win places Charlie Faulkner at the highest spot of the board with a large gap over Corbin Dempsey, Becky Pellerin, his baby boy Ryan, and Thomas Tucker, plus the older Pellerin sibling, the older Barton sibling, Riley McKee, Mac Hanley, and Boyd Abbott also nearly falling 400 points behind. Lee Schmidt, Ashley Richardson, Caitlin Richler all vying to take that last top 10 position from Boyd Abbott, while Tammy Barton and Megan McDonald are isolated closing off the top 15. While finishing in the top 20, you have Ruby Carson having a slightly underappreciated season so far. Scott Overton and Hibiki Murata both on a bit of a doubles lump. They're still in the top 20 in standings. They're not having bad seasons at all, but compared to how their potential seasons could have been going, they are doing a worse performance than I think people anticipated. While Ronnie Samples and Peter Johnson carry 2 Menlo teams into the top 20. Of course, Ronnie Samples an owner driver and Peter Johnson driving for the Expansion Motorsports crew. The main course of this weekend, of course, was the Fay Legacy Cup, and boy, if I told you we'd be working on a triple tie, you'll call me insane. But look at that. Charlie Faulkner, Jamal Schmidt, and Robert Burton all tied for the lead with a 5.0 average finish after 2 races, with the best finish being the tiebreaker, meaning Charlie Faulkner has the lead so far with a win. But it can all change in a month's time when the 3rd leg comes. Let's wait. In the Summer Series, Charlie Faulkner now also holds the lead, 14 points over Tucker, 22 over McKee. Those 2 right now being his closest companions in that fight. We're starting to crystallize only those 3 fighting for the Summer Series title. Rookie Challenge does see Tammy Barton finding a small reprieve in the lead as Joy Anderson loses some ground, but not enough. She's still very much threatened by him and Ben Makowski, because Makowski hasn't started the 66 car in a while, so we should need to look forward to that return and see what happens then. And Kendra Brittany, who's starting to come to life, and maybe Marcy Crawford too can put up a fight in her next few starts. We'll have to wait and see. Last but not least in the Owners' Championship, now Brett Philly's 15 has finally unseated CJK Racing and Kristen Young's 33 from the bubble spot. Next week, if he has an issue in time trials, he will have the provisional, and Young is now in danger, which ironically enough was something she did not need to worry this week. making use of that provisional tonight. Little did she know that would be gone 200 laps later. The next time the North American Auto Club will be in action once again will be in a doubleheader, this time closer than ever to Washington, D.C. We start with the historical Beltsville Speedway in Maryland in the Big Bill Hell's Cars Capital 250. See you next time.